I'm worried about a slope. Everybody,
Hey guys.
welcome.
Welcome, guys.
It is Tuesday, April 1st.
Yay.
April 1st, so it's April Fool's Day, and since I'm announcing it, I obviously can't put one on her,
Darn.
which
Oh, Fluey.
which really upsets me. We got a lot to talk about.
We do. We have so much to talk about. So much going on in pop culture and just the culture in itself.
God. Okay, and the first thing, do you want to go first with one of your topics? Because
I do.
Because she doesn't have cards like David Letterman did.
I don't, because my cards are in the phone, and I was like, shoot. I didn't even put it in my fancy notebook.
Excuses.
No.
She keeps leaving her stuff here. You know what you leave here every week?
What?
Bobby pins.
Do I?
They're all over the floor, everywhere.
I can
Everywhere.
I'm always pinning
and I
his
think it's
head.
like one of those weird worms that has snuck into my house on the floor. And like the other night I was
my
walking
God.
through it and I went, woo.
Oh, it scared
It's a
you?
Bobby pin.
Oh my God. It was a bobby pin. It
So
wasn't
I
her.
saw something came up under my door.
It was my bobby pin. Just
I-
like a woman.
Just like a woman,
Just
leaving
like
stuff
a woman.
all over there.
Just like a woman.
If Julia comes over here, she's gonna be like, "Who's been spending the night?"
Ooh,
Who?
nobody.
And I'll be getting in trouble.
Oh,
I love
boy.
you, Julia. Good morning and hello. Now, go
Yeah.
ahead with your topic.
Okay, so my first topic I want to talk about, and I feel passionate about this, is all of this hate that Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, has been getting.
Oh,
The hate, it's been real.
now let me emphasize that
Okay.
when we talk
Uh-huh.
to you on this camera,
Mm-hmm.
we barely talk about what's going to be discussed.
We barely.
Barely,
Yeah.
because we want it to be,
Authentic.
kind of improvisational. We want it
That.
to be unscripted.
That.
We're very, I have my own cheerleading squad here. Dad. No doubt her favorite movie is Bring It On. But it's funny that you say this because I just recently heard
Uh-huh.
that little girl getting raked over the coals, especially in England, because they played a little
yeah.
clip of
Uh-huh.
her,
Yeah.
of somebody speaking about her, and
The hate is real.
the hate is. But this is what they said she did,
What did they say?
and I don't know that this is a bad thing, but this
Okay.
is what they said she did.
What did they say?
In order
Who
to
is that?
lure, what's his name, Prince what?
Harry.
Harry. In order to lure Harry, apparently Meghan found out what perfume Princess Di, his mother, used to wear. And when she met him, I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
She was wearing the same perfume.
I don't believe that. It could be true. It could not be true. To me, if that's true, that's sweet, because it's like, what can I do that can be special for this special man?
See, I thought so too. I thought, okay, she really likes him. I mean, come on, folks. When you really like somebody, when you're interested in somebody, you do things
You do
that you might
special
not
things.
ordinarily do.
Right. And so, okay, back to this Netflix special she has with Love, Meghan. And it's just her cooking. It's her doing things in the garden. She's got this beautiful big garden. And people are like, it's not relatable. It's this. And I feel like I wasn't supposed to be there. And she's like fake. And I'm like, I grew up in those kind of homes. I grew up with my mom cooking things and trying things. And I remember my aunt has this, when I was a little kid, my Aunt Kara would make this upside down pineapple cake. And one year I saw her make it. And so I thought it was relatable. I loved it. I want people to stop hating on Meghan.
I haven't even seen it, but I will watch it.
It's
I will say this
beautiful.
in everybody's defense. I'm learning. I learned this really, really, really well after
Okay.
Bill Cosby. So I
Oh,
kind of
no.
feel like everybody who's in the public eye has their self, whom they are,
Okay.
and their public image.
Of course.
And,
I'm not like this
so
at home. I'm a lot more ratchet at home.
she be ghetto at home,
I be
girl.
ghetto.
You should hear
be
some of our
yelling at the kids
off-camera
sometimes.
conversations. We've had to delete a few of these videos that never made it to air. Just kidding. Well, actually, we did delete
do.
one. But anyway, all that to say
Right.
is
Stop hating on Meghan.
I don't think it's a bad thing
I don't either.
to set your eyes on somebody and try to figure out what they like. I
He liked
remember
her.
I remember
It was
once
him.
I had a job interview with this man, and I looked him up on Facebook,
Okay.
and I found out what some of his likes were.
Mm-hmm.
And when we interviewed,
Yes.
I brought up things that he was interested in.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Now, I don't know if, I didn't like the guy when I met him. I thought he was a putz. So I was glad to not get the job. I would like to say I turned it down, but I don't even think he offered it to me.
I read Prince Harry's book. It took me 2 years to read it. Maya scolded me so bad. She's like, "Why it take you 2 years to read a book?" It was good, and you know what? His family, they kind of liked her, but then I think the attention on them was too big, and then they started hating. And some of the stuff Prince Harry, William said about her was mean. They just hated on her. They rejected her. I finally figured out they rejected her. And it made me sad because she's like, I think she's cool.
Well, I will say I know how Prince Harry feels.
Okay.
Because it's taken you almost 3 years to finish my book.
Okay.
So Prince Harry, I don't even know if you're still a prince since you left and everything.
He is. They still
Is
have
he
their
still a prince?
titles. They sure do.
Okay, anyway, Prince Harry, I know what you're going through about her not finishing your book.
It's okay.
Um,
It's okay. It's all good in the hood.
but now-
I just thought it was mean. It's so
that is
mean.
y'all- hey,
As somebody who's frequently rejected by people, I get it. You know, they rejected her because she was amazing and they weren't. I can understand that. I mean that. I mean it. I'm trying to make it funny, but I really
coming
mean
from
it.
a very humble place in her heart.
Oh yeah.
Look at my little cards, David Letterman cards.
You got something on your card?
I do have stuff
What
on
you
my
got
card.
on
But, okay, well, yeah, okay, so check this out. You know, I know we don't want to be haters, right?
That's right. We no
And-
haters around here. We don't hate. We congratulate. We appreciate. We congratulate. All right,
She's
here.
a poet, and I didn't even know it. Have you seen this commercial for Kentucky Fried Chicken? Now, I ain't trying to hate, but I'll tell you right now after this commercial, first and foremost, it does not make me want to eat chicken. It has what appears to be almost nothing to do with chicken. It seems like it's cultish. It seems like it's cannibalism.
That's what I got from
It
it.
seems like it's satanic.
It's creepy.
It's the freaky thing, and it's like almost nothing to do with chicken.
Okay, can you kind of tell us what's going on in it, and so people know they haven't seen it? Because I hadn't seen it until you said something. So tell them a little bit about.
So it takes place like in a rainforest or something.
Right.
And there's this guy, and he gets, and I'm just telling you how I interpret it because I don't really know what in the world anybody could have hoped to accomplish with this commercial.
They have a time to
But he's by himself. He gets surrounded by this group of, I guess, cannibals. I don't know what they are, but they're definitely tribes people.
Yeah, I didn't even pick that up.
And
Yeah.
they kind of take him, okay? And
Literally.
it's not like, you know, they're like celebrating him. They just kind of take him.
They do.
And then you see, I think it's a woman carrying him, you know, and he's very stiff, and she carries him into this lake. Now, supposedly, this is the lake of gravy. I don't understand.
It was bubbling.
But
I thought
supposedly,
it was
yeah, it's
grease.
so disgusting.
I thought it was grease.
So it's supposed to be gravy,
Dipping them in some
okay?
grease.
So they dip this man into the grease, and he comes out a chicken wing.
A chicken. I
A
was
chicken
like,
wing
what?
fried.
Wow. That did not make me want to go get me a 5-piece box.
I saw
A
that.
5-piece box.
I saw that, and I had 2 words. 2 words.
What?
If I was in Atlanta, it'd be 3 words, but in Raleigh, 2 words.
Okay.
Popeyes, Bojangles. If I was in Atlanta, Popeyes, Bojangles, Churches. Church got some good chicken.
They do
I
got
don't
some
know.
good chicken
Yeah.
in the hood. They'll be that chicken is stupid.
You ain't gonna find it in the white neighborhoods
You
usually.
ain't finding. You gotta come to the hood for
But
churches.
it's good.
It's real good.
It's real
Now, why
good.
you think of Bojangles and why you think of those in restaurants when you saw that?
Because I'm never gonna eat at KFC again. I'll
Oh,
never get that
I got
visual
you.
out of my head.
Okay.
Okay, like I
Okay.
see a Popeyes chicken, and there's chicken that's like flying all over the screen, and I'm just watching it, and I watch it like this.
And you're like, I want to get some.
You know what I'm saying? It makes me hungry.
Right.
That grossed me
Yeah.
out, and I don't know about you, but when I get grossed out, I'm not hungry.
Well, listen, the one that the Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial from like 9 months ago, because it showed like a little clip that you can. I looked at that one, and that one was creepy. And the people were kind of like doing this weird monster thing, and it was like they were possessed. And I was like, oh, heck no.
And I'm all for
tripping, yo.
trying to do something that's like out of the
No.
box, so to speak, or something original.
We are Mad Men fans. And
Yes,
we understand
we love
what goes
Mad Men.
behind advertising. A
We
little bit.
watched that.
We love
Yeah.
it.
And what was the guy's name? Draper?
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of like Draper.
You can remind me a little of Draper.
Yeah, because back in the day, Draper drank a lot, and so did I back in the day. So I'm kind of like
I wonder
Draper.
if you're Harry.
Harry. Which one's Harry? Harry's the old man?
No, Harry is the
gray-headed guy.
The guy with the
friend?
wife, Trudy.
There's too many Harrys in this episode
Trudy.
this week, y'all,
Trudy.
on Tuesday morning. Okay, I'm getting hairily confused.
Oh my
That
goodness.
was kind of funny.
Yeah, that
You know?
was.
I wish I had a joke for you.
Oh.
Tell you some lie. Ooh, we got a new boss at my
Hey.
job,
Okay.
and I got written up for not being in the proper uniform.
Oh no, they didn't. I'm sorry, I just went off.
Okay, so
I'm
now
sorry,
my
guys.
neighbors should be coming to my front door any minute now because our studio is our home.
Why
But
they do
yes, they
that?
wrote me up for being in the
Oh,
proper,
no.
improper uniform at my job. I work in a restaurant, so I'm not going to say the name, even though I love my job. So the boss takes me into the office, and he says to me, he's a new guy, his name, I guess I can't name drop his name, but he's a real nice
We're gonna
guy.
call him Harry.
We're going to call him Hateful Harry. Anyway, so he's writing me up. I said, why are you writing me up? He says, this is a family establishment and that I come to work looking too sexy and I have got to stop. April Fools.
Child. When you said that, I knew it was not right. But I was like, where's this going?
But she kept following it, and I
I
knew it. Boy,
was.
she was ready to hang that
I was
guy.
about to put that company on the line.
She was gonna fry that man like he's a piece of chicken at the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I was.
Don't understand that cannibalism thing.
I bet
Okay,
not.
now, can I use my cards?
Sure.
Wait. Do you have something else you want to talk about?
I have other things, but you can
Oh, I want to ask you something.
go. Okay.
What is your favorite sitcom of all time?
Oh, don't do this to me. How could you ask me such a question like that? Okay, if I had to just pick one off the top of my head, the first sitcom that had me in a headlock was Dawson Creek.
Dawson Creek was not a sitcom.
It won't. Oh, because it won in front of a studio audience.
More
Is
or
that a-
less, yeah.
that's a-
And it wasn't 30 minutes. It was a drama.
I don't know. What about Buffy?
Again, not a sitcom. So this is what happens, folks.
What about Living Single? We
Yes,
are living
yes, that's a sitcom.
single.
Well, the reason I ask is because I had a conversation with some friends the other day,
Okay.
and we started talking about, don't ask me how this came up, what sitcom homes that we watched growing up do we wish we lived in?
Oh. Yeah, Living Single or like, Fresh Prince. You know what I'm saying? Or Martin, because Martin was hilarious. And how Bruh Man kept coming down from the 5th floor.
Do you know what
Like
the
that.
number one home is from sitcoms that people want to live in?
What?
Full House, the Victorian style home that they lived in. People like that house.
Really?
That's their favorite house of all houses.
What's yours?
You want to live with living single to women?
Living only the 90s kind of world. I'm glad I got my girl.
We're making music videos this week,
Keep your
folks,
head
for
up,
April
keep your head
1st.
up, That's right.
Um,
Go ahead. What's
I
your
think
favorite?
I want to. I think well, okay. In terms of just pure aesthetics, I
Okay.
would say the 2.5 Men house.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's
but
a good one.
I really want to live in the Brady Bunch house.
Okay. I understand why though.
Yeah, Marsha's why.
Marsha. But the mom was so sweet and the dad was always
Yeah.
down.
But
a
I
little bit.
love me some Marsha.
Oh my god.
So I think I would, live
Yeah.
there, and as long as Marsha was there.
I
If
remember
not,
those movies.
it's a show.
Yeah, the
It's a
movies they
TV.
made.
Oh, they did make some movies.
That one song, I think.
Those
I'll
were in the
go for a
90s.
walk outside, yeah, the summertime
Yes,
song.
yes.
Okay.
All right, go
That was a
ahead.
good one.
That was a good one. Go ahead. Okay, it's her turn now.
Okay, so last week I think we were talking about like cereals that you love,
Cereal, yeah.
and it made me it brought back this memory of like foods that shouldn't have been discontinued,
Okay.
and that came to my mind. So one of my favorites was I'm trying to remember because my notes are in my phone, but one of my favorites was a Fruitopia. You could go to like McDonald's, before there was High C. there was this fruit drink called Fruitopia.
I do remember that.
You remember Fruitopia?
Now that you say it, yes.
It was banging.
But I prefer the orange high C at McDonald's.
That's good too, though.
That is amazing.
That's really good.
That is amazing. They took that away, but they eventually brought it back, I guess, because people
did.
like it so much.
Yeah.
By the way, in case y'all are wondering about my movie shirt, it's all video cassettes laid down top of each other.
Okay.
John Hughes movies.
John Hughes.
John Hughes, like Pretty in Pink,
Okay.
16 Candles,
Okay.
Home Alone, Uncle
Oh,
Buck,
those are classics.
Vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
I don't know it, but I sell some.
Oh, man. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is amazing on every single level.
Okay.
So, do you know John Hughes movies?
I don't.
So then I won't be asking you what your favorite John Hughes movie is because
Home Alone.
you'll probably... Okay, Home Alone. That's a great movie.
Isn't he in the movie?
John Hughes? I don't remember him being in the movie, but that is his movie.
Okay, cool.
That is his movie.
Yeah.
In fact, it's one of Chris Columbus's first movies that he ever directed.
Okay.
And just to give you a little background, another movie that John Hughes was over and executive produced was Christmas Vacation.
Okay, with that guy in it, the Chevy guy.
Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase.
Well, Chevy Chase hated Chris Columbus. He thought he had no experience. He thought he was a washout. He didn't want anything to do with him. So they kept having these conflicts on the set.
Okay.
Well, Chris Columbus calls John Hughes and says, listen, Chevy doesn't really like me. You probably should take me off this movie and put somebody else on.
Beef.
And John Hughes says, no, stay on the movie. Chevy will come around. And then about another week and a half, I don't really know the timeline.
Okay.
Chris calls John back and he says, John, this is not working. Chevy hates me. He won't, do anything. So John Hughes says, you know what? I think you have a point.
Okay.
And I have another movie for you to do.
Okay.
So he says, I'm going to take you off of this one. I'm going to put a different director on Christmas Vacation. And Chris Columbus goes on to make a little movie called Home Alone.
It was so amazing.
Both of those movies I love very, very much. But let's be honest, Home Alone,
It is amazing.
and it did way
good.
more than
Yeah,
Christmas
I
Vacation.
bet.
So at the end of the day, we love you, Chevy Chase, even though people say you're a horrible person to work with.
Oh my gosh.
There's never anything really kind said about him.
Oh, that's
But
horrible.
we love you, Chevy Chase. However, you should have stuck with Chris Columbus because he obviously knew what he was doing with Home Alone.
I believe you. It was great. I remember my friend mom took us to see Home Alone 1 at that movie theater on New Bern Avenue. Like that one that's right near the intersection.
It's gone now, though.
It's
They tore it
back.
down.
No, it's still there.
A New Bern?
Yeah. It's like on the sidewalk. It's got that little thing. It's there. Trust me.
Okay. Well,
We
anyway.
went there. It was, childhood memory.
All right. Now, next week is supposed to be Mom's Week. We're supposed to be starting with my mama.
Yeah.
But my mom is having to go out of town, so that's going to interrupt the scheduling of everything. I don't know how that's going to work out.
Okay.
So we might do Ivy's mom first.
Yeah.
But we're
Just
still
gonna be a
figuring
part.
out because, as we like to say here at the Globe People Are Talking, the show must go on.
The show must go
The
on.
show must go
It
on.
must.
We must bring these bangs to the world.
Those bangs look good. Your hair looks real good this week. Like every week, but I'm like feeling it. It's giving me summertime.
We're drifting away to the summer night. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Oh, Tell me more. Like does he have a car?
Tell me more.
Like does he have Mark's bangs? Ba, 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 ba. Oh, how I love it when we talk about the hair.
I know it. I forgot I could get you going if I said something.
By
like
the way, I had a young girl once said, "Why does everybody make such a big deal about your hair, honey? If you're a middle-aged man and you still have hair on your head, you praise Jesus, you thank Jesus, and you celebrate it every
You
day."
ain't even got no bald spot. He don't even got like the bald spot. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I have
All
an
that together,
ugly
weird.
shaped head, so if I go bald, it's all downhill for me.
Your head, they ugly shape.
It's ugly. I would look like from the old Batman show, Egghead,
Oh,
which was Vincent Price. So I'd be walking around looking
I know
awful.
egghead.
Yes,
That
yes.
little egghead.
Y'all can look it up for all you younger viewers out there.
Goodness.
We did some TikToking with my friend Paul in Florida. Paul, we love you. We love your
Paul.
family.
Yeah.
And so many people were talking about my book.
Yay.
And we are up to at least 75 followers, if not more.
Okay, cool.
So got to go to Florida last week and see my nephew graduate from the program.
Okay.
Shout out to him
Shout
and
out to
everything that he
him.
has accomplished.
Yeah.
We are so proud of you. I
Okay.
won't talk about you every week, Christian, but man,
We're just proud of you, man.
yeah, because what
We
you
are.
did is something that
We should have like an episode where, like, you know, people tell about how they've overcome.
and Christian is not only
He cute, so
Oh.
y'all. He cute.
because he's a Von Wellsheim,
Okay.
like his uncle.
Soak it up, baby.
Okay,
Soak
y'all,
it
that was a
up.
visual. If you're only listening to this on speakerphone or however, you better look at the video.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, you don't want to miss this hair. We love
Yeah,
you. Do you
we
want to
do.
close with anything special?
No, I just want to tell people that times are hard, things happen, and just keep your faith in the Lord. Think happy thoughts, be positive. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. So if you're going through anything, good or bad, because sometimes good things, it's like you're on a high, that passes. So, you know, just keep your faith in the Lord, and this too shall pass. You'll be all right.
I got to share one last thing.
Go ahead.
Because I was in the car a lot last week. I went to Jacksonville, Florida. I went to Orlando, Naples. And I listened to a lot of talk radio because I kind of get tired of music after a while. And so I'm listening to one of these stations.
Okay.
And I guess I never want to be political on this program because this is about unifying us, not separating us.
That's true.
But
This stuff crazy out
they
here.
had Donald Trump on one of the radio shows.
Oh, what's
And the host or hosts, whatever, they said, "Hey, we've heard that you and talk show host Bill Maher, if you know who he is,
We
they're
know Bill
like
Maher.
totally they're as far apart as the East is from the West, politically
I like it a lot
and
of
probably
ways.
every
I like it in a lot of ways, though, but
But Bill Maher and Trump,
yeah.
do you know who Bill Maher is?
HBO, right?
Yeah,
Bill
yeah,
Maher
okay,
show.
yeah. I don't see them alike in very much at all, but
Okay.
nonetheless.
Okay.
So they said to Trump, "Is it true that you're having Bill Maher at the White House?" Mm-hmm. To which Trump said, and this was hysterical, he said, "Bill Maher might be going to the Waffle House, but he ain't coming to the White House."
That's one thing I love about you. I swear.
I mean,
don't
you never
like
know
this
what's gonna
man,
come
but
out of
it
his
just tell
mouth.
you. He'll just say
I
something. And I'm like,
laughed
where he
so
get
hard.
that from?
He might be going to the Waffle House, but he ain't coming to
Lord.
my White House.
Lord.
That was just so
Sleepy
funny.
Joe. I was
Yeah,
like,
he
that
loves
was
to say
so good.
Sleepy
Because
Joe.
I like to call people names, like funny things, you know?
Yeah,
It's funny.
Yeah, like she calls me Cool Breeze. Hey, we love you. She's
April Fools.
she's never called me Cool Breeze. Hey, play a great joke on somebody that you love today.
Yeah.
Don't let it last too long.
Right.
One time I did an April Fool's joke and I forgot to tell the truth, and like 2 or 3 days later somebody was asking me about something.
Oh,
I was
gosh.
like, oh my god.
You gotta say April Fools afterwards.
At some point, yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't. But anyway, hey, guess what? You remember what our new close off is?
Go ahead and say it for the video cut, because it's cool.
I hope this week is as good as your
Favorite
song. Boom.
Bam.
We love you. My
Bye,
bangs love you.
guys.
Oh, and next week we do have a treat, even if we don't have my mom. A very special treat. I'm going to introduce you to a friend of mine
Oh,
that you have never heard me talk about.
we're looking forward to that. 'Cause
Her
I think I
name?
know who it is.
Do you?
She's lovely.
Her name is Farah.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that. We
That's
love
right.
you guys.
Bye.